You may be seated. Good morning. I am Dr. Amy Triguero, high school summer school principal. On behalf of Norfolk Public Schools high school principals, I would like to welcome you to the High School Summer School 2021 Commencement exercise. Please let us recognize Booker T. Washington's talented Takaya Frazier. She was going to sing the national anthem. We had some technical difficulties. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize our distinguished guests who are with us on stage. Please stand as your name is called. Audience, please hold your applause until all distinguished guests have been introduced. Dr. Sharon Birdsong, Superintendent of Norfolk Public Schools. Dr. Adele Martin, Chairman of the Norfolk School Board. Dr. James Pohl, Chief Academic Officer for Academic Affairs. Dr. Linnell Gibson, Chief School Officer for Academic Affairs and Accountability. Dr. Barbara Kimsey, Executive Director of Secondary Schools and Programs. Mr. Thomas Smeagol, Principal, Granby High School. Miss Karen Berg, Principal of Maury High School. Miss Alexis Rogers, Assistant Principal of Norview High School, designee for Dr. Walter Brower. Dr. Margie Hayes, Principal of Booker T. Washington High School. Miss Letitia Wade Jenkins, Principal of Lake Taylor High School. Miss Sally Cook, Site Coordinator, Open Campus. And Miss Doris Langhorne, Site Coordinator, Madison Alternative Center. Thank you for being here with us this morning. At this time, we would also like to welcome and introduce our other distinguished guests. Please stand as you are recognized. Please welcome school board members, Mr. Carlos Clanton, Vice Chair, Ms. Tanya Bassine, Ms. Lauren Campson, Mr. Rodney Jordan. We would also recognize Dr. Michael Cataldo, Chief Information and Instructional Technology Officer. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share the joyous occasion with us. You may be seated. Today we are here to celebrate the accomplishments of students who have worked so hard this summer to meet graduation requirements and earn their diploma. These students persevered through a myriad of challenges brought on by the COVID pandemic. Let us give them a round of applause as their determination and motivation through this difficult time, as well as offer best wishes in their future endeavors. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing a dear friend of Norfolk Public Schools and our commencement speaker today, Mr. Billy Cook, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel. Mr. Billy Cook was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and raised in Norfolk, Virginia. He is a husband, father, grandfather, and mentor to numerous children in the community. He is a graduate of Virginia Tech University and an active member of the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Mr. Cook served 32 years in the Army, beginning as a soldier and working his way up to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. He is a former Norfolk Public Schools teacher and school board member. In addition, he has worked as an in-home counselor and group facilitator on fatherhood, trauma-informed care, and domestic violence. He currently owns a real estate business with Keller Williams Town Center. He is a man of strong faith and is very active in his church and community. We are honored that he could join us today. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Billy Cook.
Good morning. Dr. Birdsong, school board members, principals, teachers, security, staff, custodial staff, lunchroom ladies, moms, dads, grandmas, memas, uncles, aunts, anyone that contributed to what we have today, congratulations. So I could say not that to the graduates, you made it, but we made it. We made it. Did we make it? We made it this far. The Bible describes children as quivers or arrows in a quiver. Arrows we know, a quiver holds the arrows. Your parents, your grandparents, your foster parents, the custodial staff, the bus drivers, your teachers, your guidance counselors, your principals, your school board, your superintendent, we all have placed you into a quiver, and now we're shooting you into a direction. That direction is up and forward. Does that make sense to you? That direction is up and forward. Now it's up to you to decide how far, how high you fly. But let me just say this, because I'm not your ordinary speaker. Those who know me know I'm a little different. So I got 3x5 cards. I need someone to help me pass these out to the graduates. Because let me tell you what my goal is today. That you leave here with some direction. You leave here with a goal. Here's pens, by the way. I am a teacher, so we're prepared. But you leave here because outside of here, let me tell you what awaits you. For some of you, college awaits. For some of you, Tidewater Community College awaits. For some of you, a job at McDonald's waits. And there's nothing wrong with a job at McDonald's. It's a job, right, parents? They make their own money, right, parents? And they spend their own money, right, parents? But let me be honest with you and tell you what else awaits you. The opportunity awaits you for failure. The opportunity waits for some of you, for all of you, for all of us. The opportunity waits for us to end up in jail. The opportunity waits for us to be on probation. The opportunity waits for us to be status quo and never advance any further than this in your life. That's the opportunity that awaits you. The choice is yours. Do y'all hear me? Graduates, I just need a head nod because we got these masks on. Because what I want you to put on that card, and this is important for me, what I want you to put on that card is a goal for yourself. Now, let me tell you about this goal before you start writing. This is only for you. This is not for me. This is not for your grandma. This is not for your uncle. This is not for your aunt. This is not for anybody but you. So don't try to impress me and tell me that you want to be a doctor when you barely made it out of graduation. Because the truth is, some of you just barely made it. Am I right? But here's the deal. You made it. And if you made it this far, I'm going to tell you that you can make it further. Does that make sense to you? Some of you, because you got to understand that I'm in the classroom too. And I know that some of you, because I see some faces I recognize, some of you barely made it, but you made it. And I want you to know that we're proud of you. But let me say this, and I need the agreement of every adult in this room when I say this. Theoretically, listen to this. Every child that's graduating today has greater potential than all of us. Think about that. Every child that graduates today has more potential than every adult sitting here. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're the school superintendent. Every child here has greater potential because theoretically, and y'all catch this, theoretically you have more time than what we have. I would say the average age is about 17. I taught math, so let's do this right. Come on, let's go. Here we go. The average age here may be 17. I'm 58 years old. What's the difference? How much time do you have to reach my age? Come on. You can't take your mask down, but somebody give me the number. What number, how many years before you have to reach my age? Go ahead, you got your hand up. We're in class, let's go. Say it again. 41 years. Do you know what you can do with 41 years? Do you know what you can do with 41 years? But let me help you with that, because I have another question for you. If I'm at point A, how do I get to point D? Graduates, I'm sorry, this is a little different, y'all, I know, but stick with me. How do you get from point A to point D or F or G? Typically, if you're going to get to D, F, or G, you got to do what? From A, you got to go to what? B, right? And then from B, you got to go from where? C, right? And then from C, you have to go where? Okay, now, you all have done 12 years, maybe 13, maybe 11, or 10, and you're now at point C. 41 years. What's your next step? What's your next goal towards your larger goal? I'm a kid that grew up on Vernon Drive in Diggs Park. I always knew I wanted to be in the Army. Because we used to buy Army men in a bag, like 100 Army men for like $2 or something like that. Y'all remember that, parents? And so we played it. We didn't have the games that you have, so we played in dirt with these little Army men. And I always wanted to be in the Army. That was my EFG or whatever. That was my goal. If you're sitting here now and you have no goal beyond what you have achieved today, then this will be your life. Y'all with me? You will spend your life just going in circles. On that piece of paper, I want you to write one goal that you have for next year. By next year, go ahead, go. I'll give you 2 seconds. I know I don't have a lot of time. I know this is unorthodox, but this is what they need. Write a goal down. Go. Parents, this is their goal. Maybe later on they'll show it to you, but this is important for them. If we shoot them in a general direction as a society, because we've done all we can, have we not? Come on now. We've done all we can, have we not? And some of us cried, right, parents? Right? Some of us prayed like every night for these kids, right, teachers? Okay? So here you go. You got one goal, right? I want you to spend time with that 3x5 card, and I want you to keep that 3x5 card, and I want you to keep writing goals on there. Because there's a couple sayings that I want you to remember. If it is to be, they give this during graduation speeches, right? If it is to be, I don't want you just to say it's up to me. Yeah, write that down. I want you to say that it will be. If it is to be, it will be for me. Here's another saying. Whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. Think about that. Whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. So if you say that you can't go to college because you're from Diggs Park, or you from wherever, or because nobody in your family is gone, if you say you can't, then you're right. But if you say that you can, then you're right. If somebody here says, hey, I can start my own business, you're right. But if you say you can't, you know what? You're right. So whatever you set your mind to, graduates, whatever you set your mind to, you're right. You can do it. So my encouragement to you now for this graduation is congratulations. I'm proud of you. I know some teachers wrestled you down to get you here today. Some parents woke you up this morning and said it's graduation day. I got one shaking her head now. I got a parent over here said I woke her up, yes. But here's the deal, 41 years. What are you going to do with 41 years? In here, we don't know who's in here. We need teachers now. We got teachers sitting here. We need doctors for the future. We got doctors sitting here. We need counselors. We need a whole lot in this community, and you guys are next. To whom much is given, much is required. And so I just want to say again, because I just want to I wish I had more time to talk with you about what's waiting for you and the choices that you're going to make. Because you got to understand a couple of things too. Time flies. And if you don't maximize the time, some of you, I got lawyers sitting here, but kids who I talk about law school, you know what they say to me, or medical school, they say, Mr. Cook, that's too much time. Well, the time is going to go by anyway, so what difference does it make? Use that time productively. So those of you who want to use that as an excuse, don't use it. Because time is going to go by anyway. Okay? So if you ever thought about going to law school, or one of your parents or grandma or somebody told you to go to law school because you're smart enough to do that, and I don't care where you're from, then I want you to just say, okay, I can do it. Keep writing it down, I can do it. 1 year, I don't know how it's going to be paid for, but I can do it. I don't know where the recommendations are going to come. Some of these teachers and staff will do that for you. You can do anything that you set your mind to. So look, I got a lot of notes here, and I don't have a lot of time. And I know this is unorthodox. This is not the usual graduation speech. I don't have time for all of that. Because I was in court yesterday with one of my former students for stealing a car. And I've been to funerals for my students. So I don't have time for that. Maximize your lives. Congratulate yourself for graduating, but don't let this be it. Cosmetology school, whatever the school is, for masseuse and all that. Hey, set some goals for yourself. Work hard towards those goals. And let me just say this about age, and then I'll be done. I know I've got to watch my time. You can't have all the fun in life between the age of 18 and 23. There's a saying about when you're young, when you have energy, work hard so that when you get my age or you get in your 40s, you can enjoy the spoils of what you worked hard for in your 20s and your 30s. Imagine working hard. Somebody here says, oh yeah, I thought about medical school, but no, I don't really want to do it. But imagine if you applied. By the age of 26, you will be a doctor. By 26, 9 years from now. So I just want to encourage you in this, and then I'll be done. Congratulations. But I have to say this. This is not it for you. This is not it for you. Essentially, there's two roads that wait for you. And I want to encourage you to take the hard road, to work hard now so that later on you can enjoy the spoils of working hard. I want to encourage you to do something that you think is impossible, because you know what? Somebody else has already done it. I want to encourage you to remember the things that you did that barely got you through high school. And don't do those things anymore. I want to encourage you this. It's not important what other people say to you. What's important is what you say to yourself. If you keep telling yourself, like the little engine that could, that I can do this, I can do this. Whatever I wrote on that card, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Before you know it, you will be where you were, where you didn't think you could be, and then you got some more stuff to do. So I encourage you in that. Parents, thank you. School system, school board members, thank you all. And I just want to say to the parents and to the school district and to everybody, and I know I've taken probably too much time, listen, we got to prepare them for a real world. We got to prepare them for a real world. A world that's not going to baby them, a world that's not going to give them a second chance to take a test or whatever. We got to prepare them for that, right? So that our world in the future is a better place. Thank you very much.
Mr. Cook, thank you for sharing your words of wisdom with us today. Please enjoy this gift on our behalf of all of MPS. We are humbled by your deeds of service. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to recognize another school board member here, Dr. Noel Gabriel. Thank you. Graduates, please stand and make your way to the stage.
Granby High School, Ijanai E. Baptiste. Isaiah Baptiste. Emily Beaver. Shaquasia Bolton. Jeremiah Epps. Ridley Hatcher. Ryan Murray. Michael Tyshawn Ralph. Thomas Saltia. Madison Alexis Seymour. Natalia Tiborcio. Makaya Dorset. Thank you. Alec Guay, Maury High School. Sydney Rayshawn Price. Abby Grace Raymer. Give me your name. Leo Rodriguez. Zion Stoner. Trinity Page Boyd. Booker T. Washington High School, Tony Lamont Brown. Rodriguez Jaquan Carroll. Adriana Antoinette Gayton. Shaquan Michelle Speller. Lake Taylor High School. Tyshawn Butts. William Gaynor. Quavon Green. Andre Gregor. Jocelyn Leilani Heron. Zakira Lashante Mitchell. Messiah Narissa Moore. Irviana Shaquille Porter. Derek Byron Smith. Janelle Deshawn Stepney Jr. Maya May Williams. Najee Shamad Cal Townsend. Congratulations to our 2021 graduates.
Graduates, please stand. Dr. Birdsong, I am ready to present and certify the graduates. As principal of the high school summer school program, I certify that you, the members of the class of 2021, have successfully met and completed all the state and local requirements necessary for graduation.
I now proudly accept this graduating class of 2021. And by virtue of the authority invested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Norfolk, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereto pertaining, I hereby declare this class of 2021 graduates of Norfolk Public Schools. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement exercise. In just a moment, the graduates will march out. We're asking the audience to remain in their seats until all of the graduates have exited the auditorium. Guests, please meet the graduates outside of the auditorium and join us for refreshments.